But I found that a food that allows me to board eat and still be quite healthy and match my caloric intake is popcorn.
And so he's buying the entire rack of Skinny Pop off the shelves. Perhaps he's trolling Coach Greg. Does he watch Coach Greg's videos? Coach Greg, and in today's video, we're going over how Dr. Mike shops for groceries. This video, right up my alley. Had a conversation with him talking about Smart Pop versus Skinny Pop. In the video, he says, Smart Pop popcorn, that's what you gotta get. Rodham said no, wrote back. Guy has 10 million followers, congrats to Dr. Mike, provides quality information, but does he in fact know how to shop for groceries in a healthy fashion?
Please eat before you go food shopping. It's so tempting to buy a lot of unhealthy choices just because you're hungry in that given moment.
When you're hungry, craving certain things, you're way more likely to make purchases that you might later regret. Remember, if it's not in the house, out of sight, out of mind, you're not going to want to eat it. And so please, try not to grocery shop when you're hungry. You're far more likely to make unhealthy choices.
The most important aisle, produce. Remember, I always say plant-focused diet is the way to go. And look at the fresh produce.
And he says a plant-focused diet is what he recommends. For me, I recommend all 4 food groups. I'm not a fan of carnivore, keto, or saying you can't eat this, can't eat that. To me, you should be able to eat everything in moderation.
For me, my breakfasts a lot of times contain yogurt and berries. Why berries? Rich in vitamins, rich in antioxidants, not a lot of sugar.
Literally, I could have been making this video. My breakfast always starts with Greek yogurt and berries. Strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, you name it, I'm eating it. Greek yogurt, tons of protein, berries, low in calories, going to be full of vitamins, minerals, nutrients that your body needs. Helps you to stay full, low in calories. It's a low calorie dense food. And so Dr. Mike on point for breakfast. And he brings up sugar in fruit, saying, well, choose these, they're lower in sugar than these other fruits. My opinion, eat any fruit that you want. Whether it's high in sugar, low in sugar, so what? It's way healthier than what you're probably already eating. What are you eating right now? Pop-Tarts?
A lot of people think freezing berries can lower the nutritional value, but we haven't found that to be quite true.
Frozen berries, fruit, vegetables, if it's frozen, eat it. Don't worry about it. You might think that frozen fruit and vegetables is not as healthy as fresh. Listen, sometimes it's actually more healthy. They freeze it before it starts to go bad.
Blueberries, blackberries, raspberries, and because they're frozen, you don't even need to add ice. See? Unagi.
But of course, you can add ice. You don't have to. And so many delicious protein ice cream recipes in the Anabolic Cookbook. Get this purchase today. Code Greg, 10% off.
I'm going to include, obviously, along with some turkey, some green beans. This is a great low sodium food. They're rich in vitamin K. There's fiber content in here.
And absolutely, you want to have a lot of vegetables. They're high in fiber. It's going to help you to lower your LDL cholesterol, helps you to stay full. By eating more fruits and vegetables, you're getting in more fiber, going to help you to stay full, help you to stay at a healthy body weight.
Some people like using iceberg lettuce. While that is rich in folate and vitamin A, I do say that the other ones tend to be a little bit more nutritious, have more value.
And listen, he's not wrong, but don't worry about what form of vegetable you're eating. They're all good. All have benefit. If you want to eat iceberg lettuce because you like it more than romaine, don't think, oh, I can't have iceberg. Romaine's better for me. Just eat it. Eat a lot of it. Eat it more often than last time.
Can't have a salad without tomatoes, especially beautiful tomatoes like this. Like this is an epitome of a beautiful tomato.
It's not red enough. Didn't even look like a hothouse tomato. Personally, I like cherry tomatoes, but any tomatoes will do. And if you don't like tomatoes, so what? Eat other vegetables. Whatever you like for vegetables, make a salad and eat it. Rather than thinking, oh, this is the healthiest salad possible. Oh, it's full of kale. It's so great. I don't like kale, and so I'm not going to eat it. And so I choose to put in the salad, the foods that I want.
Sweet potatoes are the way to get your complex carbs in. You just have to be careful if you are monitoring your caloric intake. This could be a high-calorie food if you eat a lot of them.
And listen, if you want to have sweet potatoes or regular potatoes, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
God knows, just eat them. But of course, he's right. They are higher in carbs and calories, and so you can overeat them. But listen, in comparison to pasta and rice, it's going to be far lower in calories. And so I don't think you should be worried about sweet potatoes, or this potato has better nutrients than that potato. They're all good. Eat them all and then some. It says, sweet potatoes are also a great source of fiber. I aim for 20 to 30 grams of fiber a day. That's literally not enough. Well, it's better than none, but it's certainly not ideal. And so for a man, I would strongly recommend a minimum of 30, if not 35 grams of fiber a day, or even more. For a female, smaller eater, 25 grams of fiber as a minimum. Having a hard time getting in your daily fiber requirements or perhaps protein? Why not try my Seco bar? 20 grams of protein, 15 grams of high quality fiber. That's more than almost any vegetable. I'm not saying you should eat this instead of vegetables, but why not have both? It's going to help you to stay more full, more satisfied, satiated, easier to stick to your diet.
I find for myself that kiwis help me fall asleep better at night. There's some scientific proof to this. It's a little weak, but for me, anecdotally at least, it's worked quite well.
And kiwi fruit to help you sleep at night? Yeah, I don't think so, but if you need some help with your sleep, Delta Sleep, highly recommended. You can take 1 to 3 pills a day. Going to increase the quantity and quality of the sleep you get each and every night. Help you to recover, help you with your testosterone levels. If you're not sleeping, you're likely going to have lower testosterone levels. And so why not check out Delta Sleep? Next up, how about some cheese and crackers as an appetizer? Well, the problem with cheese and crackers, it's very high in calories. And so if you're bulking, it's great. If you're looking for a high calorie snack to help you put on some mass, put on some size, you're struggling to get in the amount of calories you need a day, cheese and crackers, excellent choice for you. But if you're trying to lose weight, it's not good. It's not the best choice. You're going to end up overeating these calories, not going to help you to stay full, and you're likely to overeat. I know when I go to a party and Allie has the charcuterie board with the various cheeses and crackers, before you know it, they're 1,000, 2,000 calories deep just from snacking. And so rather than having some cheese and crackers, perhaps choose lower fat cheese or perhaps have fruit and some peanut butter dip. You can find that recipe on my YouTube videos or, of course, in the cookbook, Peanut Butter. It's not peanut butter. It's got 1/4 the calories with 4 times more protein. You can eat 4 times as much. Think of it. How many of you love peanut butter? Almost everyone. You can have 4 times as much of it.
Number one tip I give to parents is if you don't have junk food in the house, the kids aren't going to eat it.
Exactly. If you don't have the junk in the house, your kids are not going to eat it. Oh, I have kids. I can't eat healthy. My kids, they need the junk. What? They don't need it. You need it. You're teaching your kids to learn how to eat junk. Why do you have so much junk? Oh, they need it. They need crap. No, they don't. It's an excuse because you need it. You want it. You're probably eating more of it than they are. Be an example, a role model. Don't have to eat junk every night. Teach them how to eat healthy.
It's important to know that depending on your condition, you could always go for varieties of certain foods. Like for ketchup, they have the no sugar added variety if you struggle with sugar issues.
Exactly. No sugar added ketchup Heinz. It's what's in my fridge. It's as if Dr. Mike was shopping with Coach Greg.
Foods are healthy or unhealthy depending on your current individual life, goals, medical conditions, and it needs to be individualized and tailored for you.
And just like any food can be healthy or not healthy, it all depends on your own individual needs, as Dr. Mike says. And so if you're looking for an individually customized coaching plan, well, call Coach Greg. Well, hire Coach Greg and my team. We do custom tailor-made programs, individualized, specific to your individual needs. You want to train once a week, 7 times a week, eat 3 times a day, 5 times a day? We do it all specific to exactly what you want. And it's not just one choice, multiple choices. That way, if you hire me, you are ensured it will work. It's not a cookie cutter program. Oh, you try it, it doesn't work. It's tailor-made so that it will work for you.
Olive oil, extra virgin Greek olive oil. And I only say magic because of that cool transition. There's nothing really magical about this. It's just my preference when it comes to oil.
And he likes olive oil. Personally, I'm not a fan, but there's nothing wrong with having oil. It's just higher in calories. And so my advice, simply use it in moderation. Don't use 5 tablespoons of olive oil and put it on everything. You seen that? People cooking and they're freaking putting olive oil all over the place. Oh yeah, I got 100 calories of vegetables. Why am I not losing weight? Because you added 500 calories of olive oil to it. I gotta read this. Is maple syrup a healthier sweetener than sugar? Of course it is. But you want to choose low-calorie maple syrup. If it's simply high-calorie maple syrup, then it's the same thing. You're essentially adding in sugar. But if it's a lower-calorie syrup like my favorite sugar-free Miss Buttersworth, way lower in calories. 2 tablespoons, 30 mils, only has 10 calories. And so put it on whatever you want. It's going to taste like sugar. It's very sweet. And yes, it has artificial sweeteners. So what? If you're going to be one of those people, oh, I can't have artificial sweeteners. Well, click off the video right now. Why are you following Coach Greg? It's not going to kill you. And if you want to drink diet soda, diet pop, call it whatever you want, go get that too.
If it's a sweetener and it has carbohydrates in it, it's basically the same thing.
And so not really. If it's a sweetener and has carbs in it, it's the same thing. No, it's not really. It depends on how much carbohydrate does it actually have. If it has some artificial sweeteners and some carbohydrates, then it could in fact be lower in calories. And so at the end of the day, it's CECO, calories in, calories out. And so do what you want. If you want to have all this added sugar and you think it's healthy and it's a must for you, then do what you want. But don't complain when you're overweight.
Great fibrous food here. You have soluble fiber, which does tend to keep you regular. And the big surprise here, 6 grams of protein in just 1/3 of a cup. Fiber, protein, win for me.
And so he thinks oatmeal is high in protein. It had 6 grams of protein in 170 calories. 6. And so no, I don't consider oatmeal to be a high protein source, but not saying not to have it. It has some fiber, but as you know, you get fiber mostly fruits and vegetables. That's your main source of fiber. And if you want extra fiber and you want a snack low in calories, CECO bar only 220 calories with 20 grams of protein.
Now, any doctor that's going to tell you they don't enjoy a little bit of pie every now and then, I feel like they're not being honest with you. We're celebrating. It's okay to have some pie.
Even Jeff Cavalier has carrot cake once a year. Well, to me, that's ridiculous. I personally think you should be able to eat something like this every single day. But remember, if you buy that apple pie, pumpkin pie, whatever, remember, it's going to have an enormous number of calories, more than you can imagine. And if it's sitting in the fridge and it's a trigger food for you, that's a food that you have a hard time putting the fork down, and you're going to eat the whole thing, then don't buy it in the first place. But if you have self-control and you're not going to eat the whole thing, then by all means, you can have a little piece every single day.
Yes, there's sugar content, but there's great nutrients in here because it is a berry pie.
That's like saying pizza's healthy because there's tomatoes in the tomato sauce. It's mostly sugar. And so yeah, there's some healthy nutrients in the fruit inside the pie. But that's not going to make a difference when you're thinking of all the sugar, fat, and calories in the pie, cakes, and so on. It's much better to just eat fruit for dessert and have pies and so on occasions.
Because a lot of times we say, oh, healthy food is boring or doesn't taste good. But that's because we're not using spices. Remember, a lot of these spices are 0 or low calorie.
If you don't know how to make recipes taste amazing, consider getting my cookbook. It's for beginning cookers. I'm no chef. I'm not Chef Boy or friggin' Ramsay. I just make easy recipes that anyone can make. Even a moron can make it. I made it. And so if I can make it, you can make it. It's going to be lower in calories, higher in fiber, high in protein, help you to stick to your diet.
I think about maximizing nutrition from a very simple food. Now, this bread here has to have the first ingredient being whole wheat.
And so we're going to disagree here. Just get regular ass bread. Healthy bread, regular ass bread, white bread, whole wheat bread, whatever bread you choose, it's not making or breaking your diet. Eat the bread that you want, but listen, make it into anabolic French toast. Make the sandwich healthy. Anabolic French toast, which is in my cookbook, it's going to be low in calories, tons of protein. And the fiber content, he says it needs to have at least 3 grams of fiber per serving. But listen, some breads are bigger than others. If you have a little bread versus a huge bread, the bigger one's going to automatically have 3.
Because it has flax seeds and other seeds on it, you're getting a little bit of protein as well, 5 grams of protein.
5 grams of protein in the bread, well, that's almost as much as the 6 that was in the oatmeal. And so don't shop for bread thinking I need to have 5 grams of protein and 3 grams of fiber. It's not going to make a difference in your life. Get your protein and fiber elsewhere.
It's not something I recommend, but I found that a food that allows me to board eat and still be quite healthy and match my caloric intake is popcorn.
And so he's buying the entire rack of Skinny Pop off the shelves. Perhaps he's trolling Coach Greg. Does he watch Coach Greg's videos? Everyone knows that for years I've been speaking out against Skinny Pop being a healthy snack. There's actually more calories per gram in Skinny Pop than in Doritos. And so I wrote, LOL Skinny Pop looks like another video for me to do. 39 calories per cup versus 20 in mine. Dr. Mike writes, I like all popcorn, I just happen to like the taste of this one. Well, of course you do. It's loaded in extra fat. It's very high in calories. I prefer popcorn with 3 to 4 basic ingredients to the 30+ list on Doritos or others. I would love to taste of the 20 calorie kind. What's the brand? And so in comparison to his high-calorie snack, Skinny Pop, they say skinny to trick you. They write skinny on the label strategically to make you think, oh, I'm going to lose weight if I consume this. Yet it actually has more calories per gram than Doritos. Not saying it's better than Doritos, but it's calories in, calories out. And in comparison, my popcorn, of which you already know what it is, it's Smart Pop popcorn. 20 calories per cup versus 39. That's half. And so if you ate my form of popcorn, you can eat twice as much.
I need these. Don't judge me.
I'm judging you, Dr. Mike, and so please give it a try. Orville Reichenbacher Smart Pop Popcorn. And just to read out some macros, in 8 cups, 160 calories, 4 grams of protein, 9 grams of fiber. And so forget bread and oatmeal and so on. Be done with it. You can get regular ass bread. You don't need to eat oatmeal. Have some friggin' popcorn rather than Doritos and Skinny Pop and chips. Gonna be a game changer in your diet.
Turkey, a lot of people treat it as an underrated meat. You're getting high protein content, 26 grams of protein per serving, only 1% fat. It's very lean.
He also gets extra lean ground turkey. Nothing wrong with that. High in protein, low in fat. I always suggest you get leaner cuts of meat. Gonna add a big difference in your diet. Gonna have lots of protein, low fat, low calories. Remember, low calorie dense foods. And remember, this is all suggestions I make for people who are not trying to bulk up in order to gain some weight. This is for people who are perhaps overweight, which is most of the world. In fact, the majority of people are overweight and or obese. And so if you think you need more calories to bulk up, trust me, you probably already are bulked up. Only about 5% of people aren't eating enough already. And so you have a 1 in 20 chance that you're not eating enough. The rest of you, you're probably eating plenty. I would suggest to eat 3 to 5 times a day, as you have up to 5 opportunities for muscle protein synthesis to occur. And so please, don't overeat your calories. Follow my advice. Go watch Dr. Mike's video. Ending it here. Looking for any of the HELT supplements, cookbooks, coaching plans from me and my team? Remember to enter code GREG. You get 10% off. Subscribe. Click the bell button. Watch one of the videos. You can check me out on Instagram, Greg Doucette IB Pro. Congrats to Dr. Mike. 10 million followers. Absolutely unbelievable. And until next time, I am out.